up, Purple Fufu listeners? It is your boy PFF _ Rager season coming at you with my co-host PFF _ host, aka Vikings theorist, and PFF _ vibes, aka Slimeball. And we are here with episode 10, double digits.
How about
Look at us. How are we doing tonight, guys?
It all started with one simple conversation. Who would have thought we would actually be here 10 episodes later?
Live long and prosper. We're entering Valhalla, and I would like it to be noted too that since starting this podcast, the Minnesota Vikings are 9-2.
That's very true.
That's a good point.
And at this point, we're at 11 game sample size. So it's getting bleaker and bleaker to call this a matter of coincidence. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say correlation does equal causation.
At least
who equals wins.
That's correct. That's the numbers. That's the only PFF statistic I care about is how many
wins per podcast.
Yes, exactly.
I think we're leading it right now.
We're on a good run. That's all I'm saying. All those other guys, Collar, all them, they have their little Nick Olson, they have their little podcasts. But all I know is that those guys have podcasted through a lot of losses. We've only podcasted through 2 losses. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And we've handled those losses pretty well. I mean, they were blowout losses, so we didn't really have much to talk about.
Yeah. And yet here we are. We get to talk about a win. But hey, no disrespect to the other Vikings podcasts, because ultimately I think part of the reason we can do this, right? Like people actually have interest in it because of them.
Mm-hmm. Great inspiration.
Yeah. What a way to end our Thanksgiving. It felt weird on Sunday not watching the Vikings. I don't know about you guys, but I was just like, this is weird. It felt weird watching football, not caring all day on Sunday.
It was a lot of fun. I was very relaxed. I wasn't screaming. I could just rest. It was really nice. I don't know about you guys, but I could get down with that once or twice more this season, but I know we won't. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Christmas Day, we're not going to have a game. Christmas Eve is when we play.
Is that one of those weird Friday night games? No,
Saturday.
No, that's a Saturday.
Saturday,
Saturday at noon.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Who
Who do we play? Who's that game?
The New York Giants.
New York. Yeah, it's the Giants game.
All right, that'll be kind of fun. But that's right, because it doesn't intersect with college football anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the last week of college football, I think. Yeah, okay.
When's the national championship for that?
Is it right before or right after the Super Bowl? I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it's right before.
It's right before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's not surprised. A New Year's Day Bowl, right?
Not
anymore.
No. I think it's the week after New Year's.
After that. Yeah, week after that. Yeah. That's gonna be an interesting race. Anyways, right. we're not here to fucking talk about college football, boring ass. Sport.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I like college football.
Yeah, maybe someday. But for today,
we're talking about Vikings Patriots.
That's right,
dude. Yeah, that was a good game. I don't care what anybody says. That was a good game. I was thrilled throughout all of it.
I was not thrilled. I was pissed the whole time.
Thrilled, not as in oh yeah, this is a great game, but oh, okay, what's gonna happen next? It was an exciting game. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, an outside observers must have had a great time watching that game.
They did. They did. I watched that. I was listening to. I'm not really a Barstool guy, but when the Vikings play a fun game, I like to listen in, see what they have to say. And they literally talked about the game for 5 minutes. They were like, "Yeah, that was a fun game. That was cool." So yeah, I mean, I imagine you're just eating Thanksgiving dinner and Grandpa's talking your ear off about some railroad system from the 1900s. It's probably a pretty nice thing to tune into. Everybody's fucking slinging the ball around. Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins shootout. Yeah, just like we anticipated, I think, right, boys?
Yeah, Mac Jones, to be fair, anybody shootout. That's an equation.
To be fair, I said the Vikings would put up 40. To be fair, but I wasn't expecting a shootout.
Yeah, shit. I guess you were the closest on your Vikings call.
You told us.
Yeah,
you missed a little bit on the Patriots, though.
Yeah, I did. Nelson Aguilar with their first touchdown of the game, looking like we made Mac Jones look like prime Tom Brady out there, bro.
He was cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike White is about to cook our defense.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to
Let's
that.
save Jets talk for later, but yeah, that's another one. That one that I'm gonna say right now is gonna be that's the hardest one for me to call this year. I still haven't
Hey,
decided.
I'm just prefacing what we're all thinking, okay? Like,
Yep, that's a foreshadow for later. That's a little nugget. So
No.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's time to start talking about this Donatel defense. Like, real talk.
It's
real talk. Like, why the hell did he wait until the fourth damn quarter to start blitzing? Like,
Dude.
I don't understand this defense, and I don't like it, because if this is how it plays during the playoffs, we're gonna have a hard time winning games. It's time to start talking about the defense.
Yeah, we've been trying to have this conversation for weeks, but there's a certain Donatel defender on the call right now. So are we able to have this discussion tonight?
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that I was really hoping that I was going to be able to chime in before you did, so that you would seamlessly forget to bring that up.
I never forget.
So I saw this graph today that showed like the number of points allowed by the Vikings versus the opponent's average points scored per game. And the Vikings were in the red zone like every week outside of week 3. So, looking just back at the numbers, a little bit concerning. The bend don't break is starting to look a little bit more like just bend a lot and then not break at all on offense. You're screwed. And that's scary, because that is what's going to make me not think this team is a top 4 contender for the whole year until they prove that they can get past those types of performances. And I put most of that on the defense. The shell coverage is really tough. I want to blame a lot on Cam Bynum, but it's hard to when I watch and he's 100,000 yards off the ball. I know that's coached.
Yeah. And so here's the thing, and I was going to get into this later because it deals in with my shithead of the week prefacing here, but we were all projecting a 3 safety set with us drafting Scene. And so I'm sure a lot of it has to do with like that, him losing him for the season hurt the defense, but it's like, we're going into week 12. They should have had this shit figured out by now. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It was tough watching Mac fucking Jones sling it on our defense. It was tough.
The 3 safety look that we talked so much about, that wasn't going to be their base package. It would have been something similar to what they're rolling out right now. I don't know. Maybe it would have been, maybe Harrison Smith would have been like a weak side linebacker or something, but like this is who they thought they were going to be. You're right though. Like I saw a quote from Luke Braun that he basically said, yeah, every team has injuries. You're going to see a drop off in performance from your starter to your second string to third string to Duke Shelley or whatever. You don't suddenly become Rutgers on the back end. Like something's going wrong with coaching here.
100%. 100%. And that's the thing is I'm like, and I will say like a lot of these guys I'm questioning like if they're good anymore and if they ever were good. Like I understand that guys have flashes like when they're young and there's no tape on them. Cam Bynum was really fun last year. This year I watch back and like he's missing a lot of tackles and he can't hang with Hunter. He gets eaten alive by Hunter Henry. That's concerning. Harrison Smith missed like 800 tackles against the Patriots. That's concerning. Eric Kendricks did not look like an NFL football player. That's concerning. And so when when Nick Olson talked about this being an 8-9 team patched with a new coach and a new GM, I'm not saying it was right because we're 9-2. I was on his side back then, but I am going to defend the logic a little bit and say like this is kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah. No, I will agree with you on that. Like as much as I love Harrison Smith on this team, as much as I love EK on this team, like it's honestly gonna be in the off season. Do we try to renegotiate their contracts, or do we try to ship them off somewhere? Because are they obviously this team is going to have to start going younger on defense. And like, yeah, they're great veteran presence in the locker room, but we've all seen that they missed some big plays this year. So
I'll say too, though, that I am still in on Scene and Asamoah.
mhm.
Booth, I don't know, because the dude said he hasn't played a healthy snap of football since high school, so I don't know what to expect with him. But the other guys, I'm still in on them. Luke brought up a good point on Twitter. He talked about how, we kind of wrote O'Neal off at the beginning when he was not starting, and then we wrote off Darisaw and Jefferson when he got beat out by BC Johnson and Cam, and Eric Kendricks, and he was losing snaps to Gerald Hodges. So it takes time for these things to develop. I think they're just trying to get through this year with the vets, but yeah, this is what we were talking about. It's a little bit scary for our longevity.
Was that quote from Andrew Booth, that he's never played a healthy snap of football since high school?
Yeah.
Yep.
What the hell? That's insane.
Yeah. So that's why I defend most of the Kwesi drafts, because we're in year one, and it's you can't evaluate it. You get a great fourth rounder in a Caleb Evans. But the Andrew Booth pick is questionable.
Dude played healthy, or he looked like he was healthy in college. Like, what the?
Yeah.
That's a deranged thing to say, much less
I don't know why you would
be the reality,
Right. Yeah. So I want to also introduce our fourth guest. We have Booth at Base Federal back online with us. He works. He's a working man. You got to provide for the fam.
What's up, buddy?
Anybody got any crazy things to hit me with right off the bat? Also, I would like to say I am Based Federal. Unfortunately, until Friday, I will be operating under my alter ego, Cum Thomason.
That's right.
Cum Thomason.
Because I got into an argument with a weatherman last week and he reported me.
I got an argument with a weatherman.
It was the guy that I literally. So if you go to my account, my main Based Federal, and you look at my most recent tweets, you will see me calling him soft. And then he unblocked me and reported me after that happened, because somebody went after him from the comment section or something, and like he got summoned, and like, when you block an account, you can still view their tweets if you choose to, show them or whatever. And he saw it, and then I got reported, and I got clapped for a week. So we're on our way, almost home. But yeah, I'm fighting, and it's made me hate Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, because the timeline is awful on Cum Thomason's account. There's like no joy, no entertainment. It's like, it's the worst. I don't even know what's wrong with it yet. I miss Maine. I miss Maine.
You didn't even get into a fight with a Minneapolis weatherman. This dude's out of Milwaukee.
Oh. Yeah. Did you see what I said? There was nothing particularly obscene that I said.
There was nothing in there. He called you a Kanye West lover.
Yeah. And then I said I loved his mom. And that was where he was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore tonight. I'm hitting him with the childish insults. How?
You didn't even crack out the pipe bomb for him.
I didn't. I could have, and I didn't. And that's growth. That's personal growth. That's development.
Wait, this wasn't even over the weather. This was over football.
No, I wasn't like, man, your weather forecast sucks. Like, quit your job. He was mad. He was mad about the Patriots and Vikings game, and I was like, that's so crazy. How you think the refs did all this to help us?
Oh God! Don't get me started.
Referees notorious Viking lovers.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
He's living in delusion. That's
Boof, did you get a chance to watch the game?
The Patriots game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I actually had a really good Thanksgiving, low key. My mom was not present, unfortunately. So it was like, I don't know. I went and posted up with my aunt and uncles. Otherwise, I would have loved to have my mom cook. She cooks up some crazy stuff that is fantastic. But I had the most food I've ever had at the Thanksgiving in my entire life, and then I passed out mid football, like the early football game, and then I woke up There was like some dude that I've never met before, and he was just chilling. And I was like, "What's up, man? How we feeling?" He was like, "I'm feeling great." And we were talking about football for a while. Don't know his name. It was great to meet you, though, whoever you were, at my aunt and uncle's house. So it was a good time. Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good. Yeah, I guess we never even asked each other before you got here. How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Was it good?
Yeah.
And it was good. I had 2 Thanksgivings, so I had a bunch of food. I felt sick, but turns out I actually got COVID, so maybe that was the reason why I felt sick. But or whatever this new, I think it's just like a new variant of COVID that's going around that everybody's getting right now, because my uncle ended up getting it, but it kicked my ass Friday and Saturday. But no, I mean, I chilled at home, prepared myself for the Vikings game. I was like, I got to do this, got to mentally prepare. But I had a good, other than that, I had a good Thanksgiving. Good. Capped off with the Vikings dub. Can't complain.
Yeah. Huge added bonus. How about you, Theorist?
I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. I also split it. Spent the morning and early afternoon at our editor's family's place. Editor redacted. She didn't want me to use her name on the podcast. That's okay. And then we spent the evening at my family's place. And of course, I was at the game in person. So it was.
That's right. I forgot. How was it?
It was very fun. It was an electric atmosphere. People from all over the sports fan spectrum were there. Lots of just random jerseys. Like you saw like Vegas Golden Knights jerseys. I saw a Washington Wizards jersey there. I mean, people are just in town visiting family, so I respect it. Why not go to the Vikings game instead?
Did you see any Packers jerseys?
There's of course. There's always Packers jerseys. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I also ended up getting pretty sick. There. Yeah, I mean they're always gonna be there. But
remember we went to the Cardinal game? We saw that dude in the Eddie Lacy jersey.
We heckled them on the way out.
I do not remember that.
I gotta know, how loud did it get on the Kenny kick return?
It was a pop.
It was a pop.
I'm sure. It sounded loud on TV, so I can only imagine what it was like in person, bro.
What was with the goofy camera angle that they had?
Yeah, that was annoying.
They
didn't expect to bring it back.
Yeah. Let me see what's going on. Also, was that game did you guys see that they put up Johnny Sins on the big board?
Yes.
Yeah, it was that game. It was the big game.
Yeah, I did see that.
That was great.
Bro, okay. I would have tweeted about this if I was able to. Shout out to the weatherman. Me and my dad, we got home late from our Thanksgiving thing. So we're like, this is all recorded. I don't remember if I saw it in in real time as they had whatever going on, or if I saw something about it. But me and my dad both kind of saw it, and we just were like, and then we looked at each other and were like, yeah. And then,
your dad knew too.
Yeah. Neither of us said anything. Like he started to say something, and then I was like, and then he was like, oh no, that's all right. I thought it was I thought it looked like that. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And we just kind of were looking at each other, and then I was like,
dad? Is your dad a meme lord, low key?
He low key is with it, which is weird sometimes.
I think the Vikings recovered from that Dallas loss pretty well.
Yeah.
I would like to offer a voice of pessimism into that statement. Unfortunately,
okay.
I mean, it was a good win. The offense was fucking sweet. The defense was scary bad, and we need Dalvin Tomlinson back desperately, but that's beside the point. The point I want to make still goes back to the Kenny Nwangwu touchdown return, because I am gradually getting more concerned about this team having to win because Josh Allen fumbled with 44 seconds left, and because Kenny Nwangwu returned a kick for a touchdown, and because we scored 17 points in 5 minutes against the Commanders. Those things scare me, and I know that we don't have to have the convincing win, but as long as we keep having these convincing losses kind of stacked with those close wins, I don't know, it should continually get scarier for me as we get here to the playoff stretch.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of it just has to do with our defense. Like a lot of it, like these last couple of games, minus the Dallas game. Anytime I can just say any of these games that I preface, I'm not going to mention the Dallas game just because of how ass it was. But like our offense can put up numbers. It's the defense that is worrying me that it's going to be like the last couple of seasons eventually where we ball out on the offense and then 2 minutes left in the game and the defense crumbles again. I don't want to see that. And I was stoked to have Donatel as our defensive coordinator because of his previous stints that he's had in the NFL. But now it's like, what happened to that Donatel? Is our defense, are our players really that bad that they can't like get his scheme down? Or is there more to it? Like,
I think
I don't know.
Wes Phillips should talk to his pops, see what's going on, see if old Wade wants a job here in his old age.
We got to get him banned on Twitter so he gets bored. You know, I'm glad you brought up these unconvincing wins, because after my whole hype talk prior to the Dallas game, I had a soul searching moment. And where I'm at right now is this team's probably not going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to win a lot of games and they're going to be really fun doing it, but they're going to lose kind of a heartbreaker. They're going to get stomped in the playoffs, and that's okay, because what this is doing is this is building up this image and this expectation in these players' heads that we're a winning football team. It doesn't matter if shit's hard or if shit's against us. We're a winning football team. We're probably going to win this game. So next season and the seasons to come, these players that are currently on the roster are going to have this expectation of a winning culture. And when we have a defense, when we have players and personnel that are capable of winning like a Super Bowl, that mentality is going to be there and it's going to be entrenched. That's the cope that I'm currently attached to right now.
You know what? We get the unique and delightful pleasure of a heart attack or 2 or 3 every single time that we get to watch the beautiful game. And we get to experience these crazy mood swings, adrenaline rushes, all that. And also we get to win the football games, which isn't something that we had like the past couple of years. So I'm just going to take it, who cares? This is a team that isn't very good on defense and we're winning games. Like we don't have depth. We've got some crazy injuries going on. Our first round pick for the year had his leg explode on us in like Great Britain. That's wild. But yeah, we're winning. So who cares? I don't care. I don't care. We'll lose in the playoffs. Yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. I think that it's important to remember that like this is a multi-year process too. I mean, Kevin O'Connell is in his first season. He's probably not going to win a Super Bowl in his first season. Has a coach ever won a Super Bowl in their first season?
I was just going to look that up.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's ever happened. So, the expectation shouldn't be that they win a Super Bowl anyway. So that's, a good point. I think being too scared about this team is a little bit short-minded. So yeah, that's a good I think that's probably a better perspective to have.
I don't know if anybody saw this. I think it was on Pardon My Take this morning. They had Kevin O'Connell on Pardon My Take. And so everybody was asking him when he was going to hit the gritty. And apparently there in the locker room, they said, if we make it to the NFC Championship game, Kevin O'Connell's going to hit the gritty. So like, I know that the players are at least aiming for that.
He's gonna hit the gritty, and then we're gonna get beat by the 49ers 26-3.
I'm not, so here maybe I'm dumb. I don't really think the 49ers scare me as much as everybody else is scared of them. I mean, I think they're a beatable team. I think the NFC is so bad this year, it's on a week-to-week basis on whether a team is good or bad. Like, and when they traded for CMC, I was expecting that offense to like just light up. It hasn't like done anything. I think there's too many star players on that offense for it to work around.
I see that as a problem of like one of those. I don't know. They say it's a good problem to have too much depth and not know who to start. Like I think it's kind of the same way with getting guys the ball. The Rams are on a 3-game winning streak, I believe. I think their last loss was to the Chiefs. They gave up like 44.
I thought the Rams just lost.
What was that?
I thought the Rams just lost.
No, the Niners. I do not care. The Rams suck, dude.
Before I forget, Slime, 2 rookie head coaches have won the Super Bowl.
Oh, Tomlin was one, wasn't he?
No, the Tomlin
Really?
joined. That was
Ben Roethlisberger
that was Bill Cowher, and then he retired, and Tomlin took over there.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
The 2 are, I guess this is from 2010, so there could be someone after that. But it says the 2 are Don McCafferty and George Seifert from 1970 and 1980.
Ooh. Okay.
So
I was gonna say, cool.
There's not a whole lot of precedent there. But,
well,
sorry.
I'll be the first to say it. There's at least 2 coaches that could possibly win it this year, and that's Kevin O'Connell or Mike McDaniel, because boy, he's got the Dolphins looking nice. Dolphins look nice. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Dolphins are the second best team in the NFC, in the AFC. I think.
Yep.
And Chiefs will be the best team in the AFC for 100,000 years as long as Pat's there. But the Dolphins are right there.
I'm a Tua believer. Like everybody shits on Tua. He's got a nice arm on him. Like everybody says maybe he underthrows a little bit, but like the games I've watched, he hits his players in stride. I don't know. I think he gets shat on too much.
You part of TuaNon?
I am. Sue me.
I am too, dude. I like the thing with Tua is that he's like so decisive. And I think that's really one of the most important things as a quarterback is if you're smart and good enough to read a defense and be confident, like that gets the job done. You don't have to be fucking, king of the world, King Kong, to throw a ball 100 yards down the field and hit a guy in stride. If you get the ball out quick and you move the ball and you use your weapons, like
right.
I mean, Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl and Jimmy Garoppolo went to a Super Bowl, and yeah, you have a difficult time winning those games against Tom Brady, but for the most part, like, yeah, you can be really successful doing that, and I think Tua is particularly good at it. Like, I think Tua is a very good quarterback.
And not only that, he's got wheels on him too. When he needs to scramble, he can get out of the pocket. Like, and the only reason why I've been on the Tua train this year is because like the boys I watch football with, one of them's a big Dolphins fan. So on Sunday Ticket, we're always watching the Dolphins game. And I was like, I never realized how good of an arm this dude's got, but he can sling it. And yeah, that offense is deadly. Once that whole and they got a nice O-line. Yeah, I think they're a sleeper pick for the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a well-built team.
Yeah, they're so much fun too. I gotta be riding with them right now as a two. I like the Bills still kind of, but I don't know. They're starting to bug me. I don't know why. They're just hard.
Yeah, it feels like every year the favorite in the preseason, the favorite in the first few weeks, they never go on to win the Super Bowl, right? No. And that was the Bills this year. Yep. They had the best roster, but they don't look convincing right now.
No. They're super hurt too, I will say. Like if they get healthy, maybe they get better.
Very injured. I think it's going to be Kansas City out of the AFC this year because I just can't think of a quarterback like you can do whatever, but who's going to step up to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to what's the show with the old white guy and the old black guy, and they talk about and they have the list and it's like a red list.
Undisputed.
No, it's Mike Wilbon and the other guy.
Yeah,
it's
that
the ESPN one. Pardon the interruption.
Pardon the interruption. That one.
Oh,
yeah. So I was listening to those guys today, and they were talking about what's going to in the AFC. What's going to be with all the fresh young quarterbacks? What's going to be the next Brady Manning rivalry? And they kind of made a good point. They said, well, there really isn't going to be another Brady Manning rivalry because those two guys duked it out and were pretty even. Skill wise, no one's even close to Patrick Mahomes. He's the best of all time in every important category. And so as like that as far as that rivalry goes, it's just Patrick Mahomes versus everybody else until someone proves that they can do what Pat does on a year-to-year basis. So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting discussion.
A little side tangent for me. Brady Manning wasn't that even. Manning
really.
Manning won a single Super Bowl,
I know.
and then Brady won what, 6 in New England?
Yeah, and that was another point they made. They were like, "Why are we
I
even
guess it's
talking
2 to
about
6,
this?"
but
They were like, "Why are we even talking about the Brady Manning wasn't even that big of a rivalry?" They're like, "We should be talking about Bird Magic if we're gonna be talking about rivalries."
yeah.
No, so while we're just like on the topic, Doug Peterson kind of has the Jags looking like a decent team too. I don't know if anybody caught the end of the Ravens game, the Ravens Jags game, but Trevor Lawrence looked like a franchise QB on that final drive.
He is a
dude looks
franchise QB.
And like, he like has definitely turned it around this year. And I think Doug Peterson is just like a fucking quarterback whisperer or something. Because I mean, look what he did with Philly in 2017, took them to the Super Bowl. Like, Doug Peterson's a good coach, not gonna lie.
I just wanted to say, I think I have receipts of this on Twitter. I wanted us to hire Doug Peterson before Harbaugh and Kevin O'Connell and all that.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
I was on the Peterson train too. I was like, let's give it a shot. Like, why not?
He's good, and like the Jags are in a position too where like they don't have to win a bunch of games. They don't have to make the playoffs for this year to be successful. They've won 4 games now. Last week, what they saw against the Ravens, that's what all they needed to see. Like that's the kind of win they needed to get for them to be like, okay, we might actually have something that's worth building around now.
Right.
Yeah, I like what they're doing.
I will say, like, credit to Peterson. I'm a huge Lawrence fan. It's not hard to be an improvement when you're coming from the worst head coach literally of all time.
Yeah.
So
shout out Urban Meyer.
Shout out Bourbon. Let's
Did
go.
any of you guys see that? I think his name is like Alec Wingard from the Jags, like the post-game interview. And he was like, yeah, I think Lawrence not having Urban Meyer here has been a huge success for him. And
he was like, he didn't even have a rookie year. It was like, he didn't even have a rookie year.
Exactly.
I mean, he had fucking like 17 interceptions, and Urban Meyer did not give a shit about him.
No.
And I think that's been, and honestly, even though they signed him way too much, but getting him in honestly like a WR1, even though he shouldn't be WR1 paid money.
He's kind of good though.
Getting Christian Kirk like a solid target for Lawrence has helped a lot too.
I'm excited for them to draft somebody. And they got Calvin Ridley now.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, he comes back. He's fucking good.
Yeah, the Jags are gonna be a good team here in the next couple of years.
They go out and draft somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Nasty.
Oh my God!
Marvin Harrison Jr. and Calvin Ridley, and then Christian Kirk in the slot.
Oh my God! That's an AFC contender right there.
That'd be tough.
Their defense is pretty solid too. Like,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sick. Awesome.
It's got some pieces that it needs to add, but it's got like Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker.
Yeah,
pieces there.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't heard anything about Walker this year, which is weird. As like he's a really developmental guy.
Yeah,
but
I think he's been decent. I think
he's been okay.
He had some big plays on that like final Ravens drive when the Ravens were driving. So I mean, it's all about building your prospects up.
Yeah.
So
I still think they should have taken Kayvon Thibodeau though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
How he slipped to 5 is beyond me. I don't know how he slipped that far.
I'm not gonna lie. I was praying that he would fall to us. Like I would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him, Derek Stingley. I was prepared to sacrifice the village.
I was ready to. I would have given up. Okay, you say you give up one player and one pick right now, like from the team, for one of those 2 prospects. Who are you giving up? Would you give up Cam Dantzler and like a future second and our first round
easily
pick?
Oh, and a what?
No, like not a future first, the first that we had. Like we would have traded that trade.
So like the 12 pick, right? Is that what we had?
12, a future second, and like Cam Dantzler for Stingley. Would you do that?
I would do that.
No, I would have done it for Sauce. I would do it for Sauce over Stingley.
I'd do anything for Sauce.
Sauce is he's like the best corner in the league right now.
Yeah.
I would have done it for Stingley. I mean, like he started out kind of rough, but he's looked really nice lately.
He's good. That's a lot though.
Yeah,
and a second.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, look at it this way. You're giving up Lewis Cine. You're giving up like Andrew Booth, and you're giving up Cam Dantzler. For this year, I would do that. I don't know.
I guess when you
I
put it
mean,
that
The
way,
potential of a shutdown corner out there with
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
Scene's not out there, Booth's not out there, Dantzler's on IR. He's been good this year.
Yeah.
on IR. So you taking that?
yeah.
Dantzler's another one we got to talk about injury problems with.
Oh yeah.
We don't
So
have to talk about it, but he's injury problems.
So while we're
Reliability.
on the topic of Dantzler, he is kind of like a necessary part to this defense.
He's not bad, dude.
Like,
he's a decent corner. I mean,
These
he's not
last
great,
3
but
weeks he's been out, I've noticed how bad our defensive back play has been without Dantzler. Like, he's kind of nice.
and Caleb Evans too.
Yeah.
Gotta get him back. We're really depleted at corner right now. It is important to remember how hurt that defense is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on. Do we got any final thoughts about the Patriots game after we just went on our full NFL tangent?
I like the full NFL tangent. Thanksgiving was almost a week ago as of the recording of this podcast. It was a fun game. We got the win. I'm sure you guys have moved on just as much as we have. So
yeah, I got nothing else to add. Go Vikes.
Go Vikes.
No, I want to talk. The one thing I do want to talk about is that fucking JJ catch where he gets sandwiched in between two of those receivers, and Kirk placed a dot to him. And I saw people complaining that he was like, Kirk should have thrown it in stride. Like, no, because then it would have been picked. Kirk threw a perfect pass to Jay. There were a couple perfect passes.
People's expectations are too high too. Like, it was a fucking 30-yard bomb. Who cares?
Fucking just. And then he got up like it was nothing. Like, it didn't affect him. I mean, JJ's so small. I'm always worried he's gonna like break himself with those big hits, but then he stands up like it's nothing. So
he's made of rubber. I guess that is the last thing I want to add, though, is that Kirk Cousins was fucking phenomenal in this game.
Yeah.
He was dicey, and he deserves his credit because I talk shit about him when he sucks, and so I gotta say he did great.
Oh yeah,
he fucking great.
I have to
jump purple.
I got to jump in real quick. Sorry to cut you off. There was a segment that Luke Braun did where he called out hottest takes. My hot take was that Blake Brandel would hold Matt Judon to 0 pressures, and I think that might have came true because Judon got pressure, but he was across the line. I think he got those on Brian O'Neill. He didn't get any sacks on Blake Brandel. Okay. I know that for a fact. So I'm taking my victory lap there.
That's a good call. I like it. Now, does the transitive property apply to Josh Uche? Because Josh Uche had 2 sacks on that line of the scrimmage.
I specifically saw the tweet. It was
Matthew Judon.
Okay,
because he's leading the league in pressures and sacks. It's only Matthew Judon.
And honestly, one last thing while we're on this game, Matthew Judon didn't really have that good of a game. Like, he was kind of quiet against our O-line.
Mids. I was
too bright.
The Patriots defense is fugazi anyway. I was looking back at their numbers, and they just give up no points to shit teams and then 1 billion points to good teams. So that's why I'm staying lukewarm on the offense until
Kevin O'Connell's a better coach than Bill Belichick. Just saying.
Right here first.
Print it.
Better winning percentage. All right, let's move into shithead of the week. I don't even have one, so I'm gonna think.
I have one.
You guys go.
Okay, so mine goes. We just got off this topic, but mine goes out to all those people who are saying Quessie's first year draft, they're all busts. Like, it's a bad draft. You can't judge a draft off one season. You have to let it go 2 or 3 seasons to declare if it was a good draft or not. That's my personal standing on it. But you can't even. Yes, and Lewis Cine is hurt. Nobody saw him getting hurt in fucking the London game. Everybody knew Andrew Booth had injury concerns, but his numbers were whatever. And yes, Caleb has been a great draft pick. Like, maybe is a saving pick for this because we haven't seen Lewis Cine actually play yet. But all those people who are saying that Quessie's first draft class is bad, just stop talking, please. You're making my brain hurt.
Tell them. Are we done evaluating draft classes the year that they're playing? Like, I thought we were above this, people.
Never. We're never above anything. We don't shave anymore.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that is one of my 2 shithead of the weeks. Kind of. It's a group of people led by Tanishka on Twitter.
Oh,
We should have picked Jameson Williams crowd. I am sick and tired of hearing about Jameson Williams. This man has played precisely 0 snaps, and he would not have helped our team up to this point. We're not losing sleep over not having picked Jameson Williams. All right.
also, he wasn't a position of need, because we thought at the time he wasn't a position of need. Wide receiver is definitely a position of need now, but at the time we thought our wide receivers were fine. So
We should have drafted Christian Watson.
No, we shouldn't. That dude has caught 50% touchdown passes. Not sustainable. Next.
You're so a little PFF-y for my liking over there.
Yeah, I'm going to utilize whatever nerd shit I can to justify my priors.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what it's for.
all of his touchdowns have been in garbage time. Their garbage time touchdowns don't count.
Bags.
All I know is he's scoring about 20 points per game for my dynasty team. So
okay, fantasy is a totally different story.
Yeah,
let's go Romeo Dubs.
Let's go Romeo Dubs. I have him too. What a disaster. No, yeah, that's we never were drafting a receiver this year. That's stupid. That was never going to happen. So end of discussion.
And they're gonna be better next year. Next draft, we'll cheer them on then.
The Patriots game, real quick before you do shit of the week. KJ Osborne, bro, Jalen Reagor looks more explosive out of the snap. He has a better release than you do.
Yes.
I'm starting to come around. Maybe get Jalen Reagor some snaps.
Bryce has been on the wave.
And it's not even yes, I love Jalen Reagor. My Twitter's fan page, and I thought it was just for the hell of it. But the last couple of games when he's got his number called, he steps up. That 20-yard reception he had on Thursday. Yeah, he looked way more explosive than KJ has, and I would be so on board to see him starting to get wide receiver 3 snaps over KJ.
He's just faster, man. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because
there's a reason why he had the pedigree that he did. Even if he, was not drafted to the right place or was drafted in the wrong spot, there's a reason why he was a first-round draft pick.
Right.
That's right.
Debo roll. Put him in the Debo roll. Let's go.
And then the Cooper Cup roll, and then it continues to evolve. Jalen
Reagor has his own roll. The Reagor roll next year.
The Reagor roll. And they're going to be hiring away Wes Phillips. Oh, can he utilize? So I don't know, Kavontae Turpin in the Jalen Reagor role.
So I don't have live TV or whatever, so I have to stream the games on Sunday Night Football. Well, my stream was a minute and a half behind. So when Reagor had that big play, my Twitter was just blowing up, and I was like, okay, cool. Did Reagor just get a touchdown or something? And I was about to hit the gritty for everybody, but then my TV showed it. I was like, oh, thank God, no gritty, just a 20-yard bomb.
That was fun. We should have told you it was a touchdown, then you might have posted it fast enough.
Yeah.
Lied to him, blatantly lied, and then he sees it a minute later, oh. Got finessed into gritty posting.
Bro.
Real quick, my second shithead of the week. This is totally just soapbox for me. Greg Berhalter, coach of the United States men's national team at the World Cup. Bro, you don't need to go into a turtle every time you get a single goal lead against Iran. We looked like we were about to lose that game. You gave us all heart attacks. What are you doing? Let's go play some FIFA. You're better than these kids. I'm sorry. That's all I have to say.
Nope. I'm 100% with you. That actually bleeds perfectly well into my shithead of the week, who is the countries of Iran and England because get shit on, Brits. Fuck you. That was the sickest tie ever. And you still have not beaten us in the World Cup. So suck my ween.
Not so great, Britain.
Not so great. Mid-Britain. Midland. Yeah. So, and then Iran too, because come on. You just lost to soccer. Get shit on. Go US. Well, the UK Prime Minister listens. Oh my God, the UK. Oh, fuck. Bro, I'm about to get extradited from England permanently because apparently the Prime Minister listens to our podcast.
Hey, Rishi Sunak, if you're listening to this, you got a shit football team, bro. You can score a single goal on Matt Turner.
Soccer
what are you
now.
doing?
We beat England. It's soccer.
The Emir is fucking pissed. He can hear us talking through his spiritual energy all the way across the world.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I give zero shits about the World Cup. Like I know I should, but I'm boycotting it because of how messed up it is with like the way they like fucking built the stadium or whatever. But I also just don't give a shit about soccer. Like
every large thing is so morally bankrupt on a level that we can't even fathom. So I like it's just kind of that when you're
also soccer just
That's
like
where I'm
fucking
at.
sucks.
I'll take the excuse to be crazy
If
national.
soccer players were so good, they'd be in the NFL being NFL kickers. That's all I'm saying. But
Well, most NFL kickers are failed soccer players. It's the other way around.
well, it doesn't matter because they're making bank in the NFL.
That's true.
You ever seen those soccer player contracts?
Yeah,
Did you see what Messi
have
just
you
got
seen
paid?
Mbappe's salary?
Yeah, fucking Messi that's oil money though from fucking Saudi Arabia. That's oil money.
Where do you think the NFL's money comes from? Fucking
Canada.
Wonderland, like
Rainbows.
half those guys own oil businesses.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm trying to be the comedic relief here, and I'm just getting shat on. Okay.
Well, I'd like to take a brief moment to remind everybody of their mortality right now, real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, just in
I'm
case.
unfortunately like constantly aware of my fleeting mortality. Who's your shit out of the week, brother?
I've got a couple of them. Number one's the weatherman for like kind of ruining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Name drop him. What's his name?
His name's Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
MK Milwaukee Metro Weather Nick.
Yeah.
What a loser. I bet
What
his
a
weather predictions
loser.
are wrong.
You know what? I don't like I appreciate. I understand that you don't want to be arguing with somebody and you block them, but like when you started it and then you report
Yeah, what the fuck?
saying, I like your mom. Are you kidding?
What's his EPA per weather prediction though?
Well, huh?
Can't be that
What's
high.
his EPA per weather prediction?
Can't be good.
Can't be.
So it's him. Who else was it? There's somebody else. Oh, it's also me. Oh my god. It's finals week, guys.
Oh no.
I'm fighting for my life right now in school. I'm gonna be honest. The grades are not looking too hot. They're on the up and up, but it was getting dicey there for a minute. I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, which is like an hour and a half before I usually get up, so I could do like extra schoolwork that I had missing, because there was some stuff that I missed that I had no idea I missed, and like there was a huge grade book dump coming out of the break, and I had like 5 packets that I had to do today.
Oof.
Last day. Yeah.
You made a big mistake bringing up poor grades with me on this podcast.
No, I know. Okay. I actually was gonna send you something earlier because I gotta. I'm still doing good in AP music theory.
Oh, great.
No,
Good.
AP
Music
theory.
explorations is going great.
No, actually, that's what happened. Is because when I was gone on my trip, they had like 30 Google Forms a day, I guess. So I have to listen to all these like Elvis Presley songs from the 1950s and 60s, and then I have to write about them.
That's cool.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
How are the other classes going?
It's my lineup right now is we start off the day with choir. That's the freest A of all time. I just got to show.
Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't count. That's a week 1 game.
Yeah. It's an honors class. Like it counts as an honors class. So
Okay, it's a week 2 game.
Cupcake schedule.
So it's cool. It's cool. I'll take that any day of the week. Then we've got my second hour is fabric, apparel, and design. I made the worst pair of shorts known to man. And then she graded me like on like a crazy curve because I don't know, me and the teacher get along really well, and I always ask her how her day is and whatever. And I wrote
because he's the only dude in the class.
Loki might be I wrote a really nice note about how I was like, I took this class to get out of my comfort zone. I totally was just like, yeah, I was totally just being like, I don't even know.
And you're still sucking?
No, I have a good grade in that class. Yeah,
okay.
I'm still with a B+, which is crazy because it was like the shorts like had like holes in them. Like it was, I'm not good with the sewing machine, so they were like, I was like fighting it, and it was not working for me. And so like I was like, just please give me like I'll take a like D. I don't want an F, but I don't want like.
What are the?
Then she gave me like.
What are your bad grades then?
My bad grades. It's a. Hold on, actually, let me pull it up. I don't know. Because
okay, so it sounds like you're going to class then, and you're doing your homework.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
Yeah?
one time that I missed. Oh, it was AP Music Theory for like a day, but it's fine now. It's just here. I gotta pull. Let me pull up the grades. Pull up the
In the
grades.
meantime, I'd like to offer up shithead of the week number one's Twitter feed
Oh,
because
God.
it's secretly a gem. Normal weather stuff. There hasn't been a Patriots game in a while. Weather. Uh-oh. Due to some ill-advised messages I've been receiving, I am locking my account for tonight and for part of tomorrow, so I can protect my safety and my mental health. If these messages do continue, I will make this account locked for an extended period of time.
Oh my fucking
Yeah,
God.
that's what you get for coming after me. Do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? You can't do that. You don't get to go after me. That is what.
Bro,
That was literally like unintelligible, like exorcist shit for like 30 seconds before we could actually understand what you were saying.
I didn't understand a word you said. I felt every word.
But I felt it. Yeah, I felt it. So
I didn't even get to read the rest of his tweet. Oh my God. Yeah. That tweet was preceded by, wow, Vikings fans are straight up assholes. So hey. Boof
Nick,
didn't like
you are a
that.
pussy. Oh my God.
Boof didn't like that for those who
Oh.
cannot see the cameras.
That's so funny. Okay.
The rest are they're great. The refs screwed us 110%. Bullshit. Grr. One-time Mac, I need you here. Clock management here. That was a late hit. Come on. Can I cry yet? God damn it.
You sounds
God
like
damn
you
it.
started a long
Stevenson.
time ago.
Yeah, this guy's
Yeah. Also, another shithead of the week goes to all the Patriots fans saying that wasn't a fucking dirty hit to Adam Thielen, like in the back of his neck. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was a nasty hit. I fucking was like, you guys are dumb.
For
That
sure
was
a penalty.
nasty.
For sure a penalty. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's really any question about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Henry touchdown was a little different though, and I can see why they were a little bit. I don't know. Probably wasn't a catch by the rules, but it probably
No,
was.
it wasn't a catch,
It was
wasn't a
catch, but
touchdown. Go
Wasn't
cry
a-
some more, Patriot fans. You
He
got
was
away
kinda
with all.
catchy to me last time.
He
You
was
guys
not a
got
runner.
all those calls for like 15 years. Go cry me a fucking river.
He wasn't
Yeah,
a
exactly.
runner.
That's where I'm at. Like, you spoiled boys, whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's right. He wasn't a runner. Walt Anderson, VP of officiating, said he did not survive the catch through the ground. That's ended discussion, pal.
Sorry, bitch. I want to tell you. Set my fingers in the Z formation. Watch you fuck off because you lost.
Well,
Slime ball. Who is your shithead of the week?
Well, short and sweet. My shithead of the week is the whoever bottled this Blue Moon beer that I have from Wisconsin here, because it's flat. So fuck that. So yeah, I think that you guys took all the good shitheads of the week. So I'm just gonna specifically call out whoever bottled this particular bottle of Blue Moon.
Very fair. Very fair. Those Wisconsinites don't know how to do beer.
No,
Do
I
it.
know, which that's like supposed to be their thing, and they continue to just can disappoint me. Anyways, should we talk Jets game?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
let's do it.
I'm nervous about this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be at the Jets game this weekend. If anybody wants
Oh.
to meet up, I'll be with some friends from Des Moines. So it's going to be a long fucking Saturday or long fucking Sunday. We're leaving at like 7 a.m., going to the game, and then coming straight back to Des Moines on Sunday. So,
Okay,
yeah.
it'll be worth it though.
Oh, yeah. We're going to come out with a dub. Like, no doubt in my mind.
No doubt. There's never any doubt in your mind, is there?
Hell no, there's not. I was the closest score last week.
For real. We got a thing or two to learn from you, man.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot to learn from you, Bryce. I'm very pessimistic on this team all the time. This one's like a real toss. This is like the truest toss up for me, I think, because this defense, like, I don't know though. I was looking back at the Jets games, and they kind of have this this tendency to give up plenty of points. They haven't really played anybody. They've given up points to a decent team. The only high-powered offense they played all year is the Bengals. That was week 3. They gave up 27. They gave 24 to the Ravens. The rest of the games, they gave up 30 to the Browns. That was week 2, so kind of whatever. They gave up 17 to the scoreless, or to the Tua-less Dolphins. 10 points to the Aaron Rodgers on ayahuasca Packers. 9 to Russell Wilson. 9 to the Broncos. That doesn't count. 22 to the Patriots. 17 to the Bills. That's their crowning jewel. That one's a little bit scary, but I don't know. We've seen the Bills have shitter games. 10 to the Patriots again last week, and then 10 to Trevor Siemian. Do any of those teams' offenses really scare you that much?
The Bills.
No.
Besides the Bills, I mean, there's really nobody, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that will score.
Yeah, I'm nervous about their defense. They have a really good and underrated D line. Like, it's just like, to me, it's like the Washington's defense. Washington's defense is criminally underrated, and the Jets' defense is underrated. The thing is Sauce gets a lot away with a lot of DPI, and so we're gonna see if Sauce can truly cover one-on-one against JJ this week, which I'm looking forward to so much.
So here's the thing about Sauce Gardner. DPI or not, I'm not going to comment on that. He has been amazing this year. He is on pace for first team All Pro as a rookie.
Right.
He only plays the left side of that defense, whereas Justin plays a lot on the right and a lot in the slot. So he's not going to see Gardner all game. He's going to get some of them. He'll be facing DJ Reed a lot. And to that point, DJ Reed is also very fucking good.
Yeah.
So he's going to have his hands full. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of stat line he puts up. And if JG doesn't get it going, Adam Thielen's not going to get open on Sauce Gardner. KJ Osborne. Like,
no.
Regular season.
Regular season.
This, you're right. The stalwarts of that defensive line are Quinnen Williams and John Franklin Myers, like on the interior. So we'll have to figure something on here.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we did pretty well against the Patriots D line, and they like have fucking Matthew Judon and that one guy who got 2 sacks. I think we're going to incorporate a lot of the same game plan we saw from this past week into the Jets game.
I hope we don't incorporate any screens because I'm done with those.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
done.
season.
I'm done with
Oh
the
my
screens.
fucking God.
That shit off my screen.
Yeah. Speaking of screens,
Get my screen off my screen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think we'll see. Like I said, this is going to be the first time in a long time that the Jets will be tested by like a good offense, a high-powered offense. So, I kind of think the ball's in the Jets' court more than it's in ours. Obviously, like we're 9-2. They're what are they, 6-4?
Yeah.
Fighting for the division, probably still, right? They're only a game behind Buffalo. So I don't know. I kind of think the ball's in their court. It might be kind of bright lights, I think, for them coming to US Bank against the Vikings offense, which hopefully, I mean, I don't know, it's tough to tell after one game, but hopefully has some things figured out from the Dallas thing, whatever that abomination was. So but the defense I worry about, because Mike White is like kind of good, and they got a lot of receivers that like are all kind of mids, but also kind of good, and so it's hard to like key in on one guy. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a challenge.
Hey, it's a Gronklin's homecoming this weekend.
Oh, I know. I'm starting in fantasy in all my leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might as well wear ass against tight end coverage this week or this year. So
Exactly.
Good
That's
call.
kind of the thought. And like, it's his homecoming game. I don't know. Maybe they try to throw him a touchdown or something.
although I will say Pat P has not been getting the credit he deserves this year. He's ranked 5th out of all cornerbacks as of last week, the start of the Thanksgiving game. He was ranked 5th out of all starting quarterbacks. He's like had a great resurgent year.
Himothy. Himothy.
Him.
Slime, you mentioned that they don't really have any dogs at wide receiver. I think I need to make an addition to that. They do have Garrett Wilson.
I forgot about Garrett Wilson.
At the moment, is Himothy Jr. That dude is a beast.
And Eli Moore is good, and Corey Davis is good, and Kyle.
Now that they have a quarterback that can actually throw, the Jets are going to be a good team on offense too. If they roll with Mike White.
Did you see what Saleh said though?
What
Saleh was like, it's Mike White's job to lose. It's not Zach Wilson's to win back. It's Mike's job to lose.
Zach Wilson's not a a quarterback. He's a
sucks.
child with
He's
rich
so
parents,
ass.
whereas Mike White he's a real NFL quarterback.
Right.
Do you think playing against the Bears had anything to do with it? Do you think he can like continue it?
So we'll see, because I hope that Donatel saw that blitzing actually like makes quarterbacks like nervous, as we saw in the fourth quarter. So I'm hoping we see some more like blitz schemes coming and force Mike White to actually like go off script. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But I think a lot of it does have to do with the Bears defense too.
Yeah, I think that Mike White's gonna do fine. Like, I don't think he's gonna be great. I think they're gonna score like 2 touchdowns and a couple of field goals. I guess I'll just go into my prediction then, because it's an easy transition. But I think that we will win. I think it'll be 27-23. I think they'll kick 3 field goals and score 2 touchdowns, because scored 31 on the Bears defense. That's great. Like, but Vikings are not that much tougher on defense right now, but tougher than the Bears. And so they'll be able to score, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go into my prediction. I think it's going to be 35-27. I think we're going to have another high scoring game on offense for us. So Hawkinson gets another touchdown with us. It was so good to see him get his first touchdown last week.
That was a beauty.
Had to wait till he was playing man fantasy to do it. That was real nice of him.
Yeah, true. Does your opponent have any Jets this week? No, does he have any Vikings this week, I should say?
Sadly, no. Unfortunately. So yeah, no locks in the bank. Actually, and I have all the Jets too, so maybe I have to rethink my prediction here.
Before any other predictions, I just want to say the Vegas line, which I find pretty interesting. Over under is 44.5. Vikings are favored by 3 points, which is more than what they were favored against the Patriots.
What was the Patriots line?
2.5.
So not much, but I don't know. The new nightmare factor.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I mean, Kirk's a different animal at noon. We're gonna be telling stories about Kirk into the golden ages about what he did to all these shitter ass teams at noon.
Well, so my favorite stat that I've seen since Kirk has been with us, that any team that he has beat, they have not won the Super Bowl. So
yep. Rest in
good
peace.
luck
Sorry,
to all
Bills.
these AFC teams that Kirk has beat this year.
Too bad we haven't played the Chiefs yet. That's a bummer.
No, but we will beat them in the Super Bowl.
Book it.
Buy my ticket already.
If I'm going to go into my prediction quick before I forget. I'm not one to go against Vegas. We're going to win 24-21. How about that?
All right. I like it. I think that tracks. I was close to picking that, but it felt too like a regular normal football score to be a Vikings score.
Yeah, it is. That's not going to happen at all. But in our aggregate scores, in our competition among the co-hosts here, I think I'm in last place. So I really need to just make up ground and not be totally wrong. So
yeah, I feel you.
Well,
as far as the scores go, I'm probably not close on those. I got the picks right, but I don't know about the scores.
Well, then you better hope Greg Joseph makes all of his damn extra points this week. Otherwise, your score is screwed.
He better be kicking for his job, and I hope he takes that to heart.
He's been bad. That was another thing I wanted to say about the Patriots game that I forgot. I noticed again that teams still are a million for a million on field goals against the Vikings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fucking, they great. Never miss.
I'm so sick of that shit.
I guarantee that if it was Justin Tucker going up against the Vikings going for that 67-yard kick, he would have made it.
That's down all day.
Easily.
Oof. Final score prediction, motherfucker.
Final score prediction, 33-20. Vikings.
You know the way. You know ball.
Yeah, you two are definitely the homers.
Yeah. Understand.
Listen, I'll even say this. Dalvin Cook is going to have he's going to have a 60-yard rush this weekend to prove he's not pushed.
You want me to, listen, low key, I'm feeling real crazy tonight. Like I'm feeling really, I want to be dunked on for this because I know it's not going to happen, but I'm going to say 40-20. And I'm going to say Adam Thielen puts up 120 plus receiving yards.
Whoa.
On Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you hear that first part where he talked about how he was gonna be covered by Sauce Gardner and all that? You're talking about that. You heard that?
Damn.
Okay. All right.
I'll do a hot take here too. I say Jalen Reagor in the second half gets swapped in for WR3 over KJ in the second half of the game. He's going to get more reps.
I think that's more plausible than a Thielen 120 plus game.
Yeah, I say it's either like that. Okay, like a realistic score prediction. I'm saying like 27-17 for us, but outlandish. That's the Thielen thing and that. And then if we're going like pessimistic outlook, I'm saying that we're losing, and then Jalen Reagor plays the entire second half at wide receiver 1 because we're down 40.
Oh, Jesus.
You are like unstable right now.
Do you know how over the season would have to be down by 40 at halftime to Mike White and the Jets?
Oh, good. Just could you imagine Sauce goes up like 5 interceptions in the first half? Kirk like explodes on the field.
Please don't say that, because I'm going to this game and I'm gonna come find you if that happens and Kirk throws up a dud. I'm coming to find you.
I'm gonna find you. You're not gonna find me.
I'll find you eventually.
I'll find me. I'll find you. That's not how it goes, Bryce. This is. You think man, I don't stay in one thing for long enough for you to find me.
I know where all of you are at all times.
You know what? You do have the best idea of where I'm at.
I have a pretty good idea of where Booth and Theorist are at.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where I'm at.
You're just in fucking bumfuck Iowa.
I know
Des Moines is
exactly
made up.
I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, okay, come find me, motherfucker. All right. Well, with that, I think that wraps up episode 10 for Purple Fufu.
Believe it does.
Double digit. I
This
love it.
episode went fully unhinged mid-episode. How fascinating.
You know, it's been a while since the Vikings have played. I think we needed to go off the rails a little bit. I think we deserved it.
I think we do too. This was cathartic, I think, for me.
It really
Yeah.
was.
I appreciate you guys. And I will say that I appreciate all of our listeners too, because without you, we couldn't do this. We have so much fun being able to talk into our mics and pretend like we have something to say every week. So thank you so much for listening and for reacting with our tweets. Like that's a big thing, I think, for us too. It's the engagement is super, super important, and we're super happy to have you guys along for that. I speak for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. We love hearing that you guys look forward to us every week. And hopefully we were able to explain our feelings about this freaking mini bye week that we had, about all of our thoughts of what happened on the NFL, just like you guys did. So thanks for tuning in. Episode 10. Hard to believe that you guys are still here, sticking around, listening to us talking ball, even though half the time we're just full of shit. So
Have a good night, everybody. Purple Fufu signing out. Skol.
Skol.